It was great working with Red Star, and this was our first collaboration with them, but it was also our 11th special based on Julia and Axel's work. So there was a challenge for them in making the film feel it's connected to the previous ones. We always try and make them feel like they're in the same universe, if they're not necessarily taking place in the same locations or quite the same world.
This universe that they live in is quite specific. Obviously, we're trying to recreate this feel of everything being handmade, everything being kind of this miniaturized sort of clay universe. You have to try and simplify things as much as possible, put yourself into the mind of a stop-motion animator. So it's very different from other productions I've done.
So the Magic Light aesthetic it's something that's actually developed over a number of films, but it harkens back to the designs and the drawings and books by Axel Scheffler. Of course, it needs to be adapted into something that can move around in 3D space and also look like a stop-motion maquette. And we really do try to push for that tactile feeling. A nice approximation for the drawings from Axel, his loose drawings that have all this character and feeling in them that would be very difficult to do in 3D, we get by looking at the textures, the surfacing, rough clay, those sorts of things that bring a bit of looseness and roughness and that feeling of a handmade aesthetic into the film.
Stop-motion animation is super difficult, so you try and keep things as simple as possible. You try and distill things so that things are very clear and put them into 1 or 2, 3 key poses. It's all about simplicity and getting your idea across as quickly as possible.
Making the film posed a number of challenges. The first was that it features cats, which meant 4 legs to animate, tail to animate, as well as all the usual expressions and details that we give the characters.
With animation on this project, it was really important for us to really capture the mannerisms and the idiosyncrasies of cats. There's little things that they do to express emotion, and that might be the way that they bend their ears, or the way that their tail stands up when they're happy, or the way that their pupils dilate when they know that food is near.
Jerome, our animation supervisor, did a fantastic job in terms of research and prepping, and the animators did a lot of research themselves, and so they would come back and pitch their ideas, which would be the acting that we get from the cats, but they'd also bring videos of cats, and so I think we covered the whole internet's cat videos.
The story is very special to me because, as well as having been a busker myself, I'm also a great cat lover, and we actually have 2 tabby cats, and they're called Tabitha and McTat.
Look under the bed and see the 3 kittens I've had.
I was telling a story to the guys when we were recording that my cat gave birth under my bed, and it was so magical having kittens under your bed. Its name was phenomenal. Wicket W. Warwick, named after an Ewok. And it had an older brother called Tebow, another Ewok. And my cat was beautiful, very beautiful, long brown hair and looked like an Ewok.